Welcome back, Legends. The new Drive Syndicate side story has just launched, and it's called Drive Syndicate Interlude. Now, if you watched my full patch notes breakdown earlier, you already know I was not very optimistic about this event. I literally said this might come with disappointment. At that time, this whole side story didn't look promising at all. But now the event is finally live, so today I'm going to break everything down and see if this is actually worth playing, or just another trap. Before I go deep into everything, if you enjoy these honest breakdowns and real F2P analysis, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how far you've pushed in this event so far. Event overview. So first, let's talk about the basics. The event started on April 7th, and it will run all the way until May 13th. That's a full 36 days. That's a long event, which means low pressure on paper, but at the same time, probably a very heavy grind. And if you've played Drive Syndicate before, you already know. Long duration doesn't mean easy. It usually means you'll need to manage your resources very carefully over time. Support cars. Now let's talk about the most important part of any Drive Syndicate, the support cars, because without them, you simply cannot progress. Here's the list of support cars in this event. Ferrante Design Dosa Litron, main feature car. Porsche 911 GT3R, Rennsport. Aston Martin DBS 770 Ultimate. Ford GT Frankie Edition. Ferrari 12 Cylindri, Koenigsegg CC850. And let me be real with you. This is not an easy list. These are not beginner-friendly cars. Even some experienced players don't have these properly upgraded. Star requirements. Now here's where things get even more serious. It's not just about owning these cars. You need specific star levels to move forward. Based on previous Drive Syndicate patterns, the expected requirements look like this. Porsche 911 GT3R Rennsport, 2 stars. Aston Martin DBS 770 Ultimate, 2 stars. Ford GT Frankie Edition, 3 stars. Ferrari 12 Cylindri, 4 stars. Koenigsegg CC850, 4 stars. Ferrante Design Dosa Litron, 3 stars. Now listen carefully. These are not fully confirmed yet. These are based on past patterns, so don't rush. If you start over-investing early and the game doesn't even require that level yet, you're just wasting your resources. And you already know, Syndicate coins are everything in this event. The biggest mistake players make. Right now, I'm already seeing the same mistake happening again. People are spending Syndicate coins too early, upgrading cars too fast, trying to rush chapters, and then later, they get stuck. Because when the real requirements hit, they don't have enough coins left. So here's my rule for this event. Upgrade only when the game forces you. Upgrade only to the minimum required rank. If it's not required yet, don't touch it. Let the event reveal its requirements first. That's how you survive Drive Syndicate. Same old Drive Syndicate system. Now let's talk about something important. This side story is still running the classic Drive Syndicate system. Chapters and mission paths, Syndicate points for milestones, Syndicate coins for upgrades and packs, pinned missions to farm coins. This is exactly the same core system. So when the roadmap said less demanding, a lot of players expected something different. But honestly, this feels like the same event with a different name, and that's why the experience feels so inconsistent. For one player, it feels easy. For another, it feels impossible. How far can F2P go? Now the question everyone is asking, how far can F2P actually go? From what I'm seeing right now, a realistic target for most F2P players is around 250,000 Syndicate points. If you manage your coins properly, this should be enough to unlock Aston Martin DBS 770 Ultimate and get the key. Unlock Ford GT Frankie Edition. That's already solid progress. But after that, everything changes. Your progress becomes completely dependent on your garage. If you already have strong support cars, you can push further. If you're missing cars or low on stars, then you hit a wall. So no, this isn't a free event. It's just a Drive Syndicate where prepared players go further. Veteran F2P reality. Even for veteran F2P players, things are not easy. You might have some of these cars already, maybe even upgraded. That will definitely help. But still, getting the Ferrante Design Dos Elytron key looks extremely difficult, because in Drive Syndicate, everything depends on how many required cars you already own, what star levels they're at, how many upgrades you can afford, and most importantly, your syndicate coin management. And honestly, looking at the path and requirements, it feels like a paywall will stop most players eventually. Relay packs, worth it? Now, one interesting thing, relay packs are available from the very beginning. So technically, if you get stuck, you can spend some blue tokens to get syndicate coins and keep progressing. But here's the problem. The amount of coins you get is actually very low. So my advice, only go for relay packs if you're completely stuck and really need that push. Otherwise, don't waste your tokens here. My experience with the main car. Now let's talk about the main feature car, Ferrante Design Dos Elytron. We actually get a chance to try this car fully maxed in the event. And honestly, I'm not enjoying it. The driving feel just doesn't feel good to me. It's not fun, it's not exciting, and it doesn't give that wow factor you expect from a main DS car. That makes the grind feel even less rewarding. Side story, or just Drive Syndicate. One thing I really noticed, Gameloft is calling this a side story, but if you look closely, the banner clearly says Drive Syndicate Interlude. The side story label is very small, and even in the patch notes, this was introduced like a full Drive Syndicate. But in reality, it's not a lighter version. The roadmap said these side stories would be less demanding, but right now, this doesn't feel less demanding at all. Final thoughts. So after going through everything, here's the real picture. This event looks like a side story on the surface, but when I actually play it, it feels like the same old Drive Syndicate experience with the same pressure, same system, and same progression walls. The long 36-day duration might make it look relaxed, but in reality, it's a slow grind where every mistake with Syndicate coins can ruin your progress later. The support car list is tough, the expected star requirements are high, and even experienced players need to be very careful with upgrades. For F2P players, there is definitely some value here. Unlocking a couple of cars and reaching mid-milestones is very possible if you play smart. But going all the way to the main car key feels unrealistic for most players, even veterans, because the event heavily depends on your existing garage and resource management. On top of that, the main feature car itself doesn't feel exciting to drive, which makes the grind feel less rewarding. Overall, this event doesn't really match the expectation of a less demanding side story. It's more like a renamed Drive Syndicate with slightly adjusted pacing, and I really hope Gameloft improves this format in the future. That's everything for today's breakdown. Let me know how your progress is going so far, and if you think this event is worth grinding or not. Don't forget to subscribe, Legends. See you on the track.